Hey, what's happening, guys? Wajal here. And a few days ago, I was watching a video by Level Cap Gaming. Shout out to the guy. And it was a very interesting video. And the title of the video was Did Battlefield 5 Kill the Franchise? And a lot of true stuff in the commentary in that video. So very, very cool. But what got me the most was the title of the video. So I started thinking about that. If it's possible for a single game, to destroy an entire franchise. So I started thinking, putting some common sense, reading some comments, and I came to the conclusion that no, it's not possible for a single game, to destroy an entire franchise. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I believe the the whole Battlefield franchise is above and beyond one game. Those of you who play Battlefield 3 remember that slogan, above and beyond the call. But the good times. But anyways, so I don't think so. I don't think so because if you think about it, people who don't like Battlefield 5 but enjoy Battlefield games, right, are going back to previous Battlefield games. Battlefield 1, for example, a lot of people play that game. Battlefield 4, same thing. Battlefield 3, has some servers running and people playing it. Even Battlefield Hardline, which is not made by DICE, but still, the Battlefield family. So people are going back to those games, and I don't know if a bad company too, still, but anyways. But people are going back to older games, so it's not like there's a boycott against any Battlefield game. It's more like towards Battlefield 5 and how people are not happy with the game and what they have done with it. So that's my answer. Is no. It's no. It's not possible. It's not gonna happen, and it never happened. Like if you think about it, like Call of Duty did something similar. They released some terrible Call of Duty games, but they managed to maybe release a better ones, and the old one was forgotten. Like Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. It was a terrible game, a lot of bad press at the time, and now like no one really talks about it. Nobody remembers that game. I think in a similar way is gonna happen with Battlefield 5. Like right now we are so upset. We are, I don't know, hurt. Like what's going on with this game, right? Like all the stuff that we find out like every week or every month is like something different that's wrong with this game, right? Like for example, the fact that there's no tech for the game to support like double XP weekend or a double XP. It's crazy. Or like to have all the game was running at the same time. That's why we get all these limited time only game modes once in a while. So it's ridiculous, the way they set up. But I'm gonna talk about that in a little bit before I lose my train of thought here. So yeah, it's not gonna be like that. I think the game is gonna they're gonna try to do the best just to save it a little bit, but the game is not gonna be as popular as other games because right now the competition, man, they're doing a great job, and I'm not saying only by Call of Duty, but games like Valorant, they're just bringing new stuff or somewhat new stuff, and people are getting interested and game is running better and this and that. So the competition in terms of FPS and shooting games, it's getting really tough, and I believe this is gonna be all good, and in a way, I'm glad that this happened now. And I'm glad that this happened now because we are really close to the release of new consoles and of a new era, the new generation of console gaming. You guys on PC are always, ahead of time. But so that means new technology, new stuff. They can explore new things. They can do amazing stuff in terms of gaming, visual, sounds, and all the stuff. And maybe what happened with Battlefield 5 was, to be honest, I don't know if it's DICE's fault or EA's fault, or maybe 50-50, because there's no way they're going to release a game in that, in a bad shape. Can even support a double XP weekend. That's just weird. So in a way, to me, this is great because this just hurt their egos. Just seeing how the other games are doing well, and nobody talks about this game. only like bad things when people make videos about it. But yeah, the interest on Battlefield 5 is just is kind of low from the media, perspective. And this is gonna be all great because I think this is gonna bring these guys back down to earth. Maybe what happened is these guys, their ego got so high that they thought they could just handle this with no problem, just like they did with Battlefield 4, which at release date the game was somewhat terrible. It was to a point like unplayable, and Dice LA did a great job and they fixed it and turned out to be one of the greatest games ever. And maybe they thought they could do something similar with Battlefield 5. Maybe no one would notice. Maybe we could do this and nothing. So I'm glad it happened now, so they can just come back down to earth from that cloud they were like living on and start doing amazing stuff. These guys have been known for releasing amazing stuff. Probably you don't remember this, but they released one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best DLCs in the first-person shooter in history, and it was the Vietnam DLC for Battlefield Bad Company 2. It was an entire game. It was a DLC, but it was an entire and different and brand new game, and it was just amazing. So that's the time when I was a little younger and I was just most like focused on Call of Duty. But that's what got my attention towards Battlefield when I saw the DLC, and that's why I decided to give it a try to the franchise, and I ended up getting Battlefield 3, which was my first Battlefield game, because that level of awesomeness, it just really got my attention. So I started watching videos about Bad Company 2, and then the DLC. It's just a different game. A DLC was a different game. It's a brand new game. It was awesome. So these guys are capable of doing amazing things. Then Battlefield 3 came out, very cool features, very cool. Man, everything was just awesome. Battlefield 4, and if you think about it, none of those games had the issues that Battlefield 5 has. Like none of it. It's just amazing. Like these guys know how to make the game. So after all this frustration, after all this news about what's wrong with the game, and it just grew on me, the curiosity. I'm like a cat, very curious. Like, what really happened? And at this point, like, I don't get upset anymore about this game because whatever, like let's release one map, a cool map, so I can play it, and another gun so I can have some fun with it. I post some videos with it, and that's it. But I don't really care much about Battlefield 5. But I'm just curious to see what really happened, because these guys, like I say, if you look at the track record, it's just, man, good game after good game, none of these issues. So it's just interesting to see what really happened, whose fault it is, like who made the decision. I was leaning towards the idea of like maybe Battlefield 1 was going to be supported for an extra year, and then Battlefield 5 will be released, and somehow they were asked if they were capable to do it or something around those lines, or maybe they were like forced to release it. But the whole thing with Battlefield 5 is ever since like day one, everything was wrong. It's like they were like on edge since day one, which is something uncharacteristic with DICE. Like we never had issues with those guys, or coming out like, I don't know, with the attitude, telling the player base to, hey, if you don't like the game, don't buy it. They never said anything like that, or at least I don't remember. So ever since days one, everything just went wrong with this game. So that's to show you that something was wrong at DICE. Something wasn't right, and you can tell, because comparing any of the Battlefield games to Battlefield 5, you can tell the difference since day one and everything. So something went wrong, and this is the result of it. The game's not finished, and still I think the game needed 2 more years, and this game will be okay to release. So something happened, and we don't know about it. Probably we won't know about it because on the contract and all the stuff they can talk about it. But something mysterious, something interesting happened there that made these guys to make some stupid decisions, to actually shoot themselves in the foot by making the decisions of locking some stuff out of the game and doing all this stuff. All the issues with Alson Dan. So there's a lot of bad stuff. So like I said, probably we will know about it, but we'll see. So I don't think the Battlefield franchise is in danger. I think it's gonna be great. I think the next Battlefield game is gonna blow our minds away. It's gonna be like, wow, this is insane. This is the Battlefield that I know. This is because, like I said, this guy got hurt really bad, and they have to change things around ASAP. And I believe the next game, is their chance to do so. And with the new generation of consoles, that's the best opportunity to do this with better visuals, better sound, better story, a better game. Could be Battlefield Bad Company 3. I don't know, maybe it could be something else. Could be a Modern Warfare Battlefield. Could be, I don't know, Vietnam. I don't know if this guy's gonna continue, World War One, World War Two, maybe Vietnam, maybe Modern Warfare. Who knows? But this is their chance. The next Battlefield is their chance to redeem themselves and to bring something good. So once again, I don't think Battlefield 5 is gonna hurt the franchise. It's just hurting themselves, the Battlefield game, and that's gonna be the case. So I'm not so worried. I'm just looking forward to new information for the next Battlefield, or at least new information for Chapter 7. See if these guys take the route of going to Russia, or continuing Americans, British sort of route, continuing that one. I'm gonna try to see some Russian stuff. That would be pretty interesting, just to change things a little bit, and just to bring out a little different sort of maps and weapons and stuff. So that'd be pretty cool. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comment sections. There's only one. There's not many, it's only one, but you can comment on this, if you still play this game or not, if you believe this game could kill the entire franchise or not. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Alright, later.